On Monday, shortly after we published a story about a massive Trump administration security breach, a reporter asked the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, why he had shared plans about a forthcoming attack on Yemen on the Signal messaging app. He answered, nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about it. Now they're hung up on war plans. Now they're hung up on war plans. And were they texting? Yeah. Yeah. If you want to, pick and choose what's a war plan and what's a text, what is an attack plan? Okay. Semantics. That's your only defense? Besides Jeffrey Goldberg is a scum, according to you? The Senate hearing yesterday, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and the Director of Central Intelligence, the Central Intelligence Agency, John Ratcliffe, who we just heard from, were both asked about the Signal chat, to which Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, was inadvertently invited by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. There was no classified material that was shared in that group, Gabbard told members of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Ratcliffe said much of the same. My communications, to be clear, in the Signal message group were entirely permissible and lawful and did not include classified information. We'll see about that. They're going with this whole classified information thing. When did it include war plans or attack plans? Absolutely, 150%. At a Senate hearing yesterday, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and the Director of John Ratcliffe were both asked about the Signal thing. Ratcliffe said much of the same. My communications, to be clear, in the Signal message group were entirely permissible. Okay. President Trump asked yesterday about the same matter, said it wasn't classified information. Keep going. Let's get down to the chat, shall we? Let's get down to what was said and what wasn't said so that we can give people an idea of just how much bullshit is going on here. I sent you guys in the chat. Go back to that one that I just sent. That was there. I sent you guys a text of the last night of the kid, and I want. Can we please get that in? I need to go back to. There's a text message. Right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So here we go. No, back up. Let's see. What do we have here? There we go, Andy. Okay. So the text beneath this began. Time now, 11:44 Eastern. Weather is favorable. Just confirmed with CENTCOM. We are a go for a mission launch. CENTCOM, or Central Command, is the military's combatant command for the Middle East. The Hegseth text continues. 12:15 Eastern. F-18s launch. First strike package. This is all Pete Hegseth. This is your Secretary of Defense on a non-secure encrypted, non-government secured encrypted texting platform, which may or may not be improved by the government, depending on which device you're using. Trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is his unknown location, so should be on time. Also, strike drones launch MQs, MQ-9s. He's giving specifics on the targets. And the type of weapons they are using. This is the Defense Secretary of the United States on something that is not secure, that our adversaries can get and can hack into. Let's continue. Let's look at more of the text messages. Scroll down. Okay. Hegseth then continued. This is 14:10. These are all times Eastern, okay? More F-18s launch. Second strike package. 14:15. Strike drones on target. And then all caps, okay? This is when the first bombs will definitely drop, pending earlier trigger-based targets. Your defense secretary right here. At 15:36. F-18 second strike starts. Also, first sea-based Tomahawks launched. All caps, more to follow per timeline. We are currently clean on OPSEC. That is operational security. Godspeed to our warriors. I told you there are receipts. Shortly after Vice President J.D. Vance texted the group, I will say a prayer for victory. At 1:48, Waltz sent the following text containing real-time intelligence about conditions in an attack site, apparently in Sana'a. VP building collapse. Okay, so again, they go on. This is Waltz and Pete Hegseth mostly. Keep going. Let's read the text. Okay, so this is him, as we showed you, Mike Waltz being invited and added to the group, and they know because they all get an alert that Mike Waltz added you, meaning Jeffrey Goldberg, to the group. Okay, all right, so here we go. Mike Waltz says, team, this is at the beginning, I believe, establishing a principals group for coordination on Houthis, particularly for over the next 72 hours. My deputy, Alex Wong, is pulling together a tiger team at deputies agency chief of staff level, following up from the meeting in the sit room, the situation room, perhaps where this should have been discussed this morning for action items, and we'll be sending that out later this evening. Please provide the best staff POC, person of contact from your team for us to coordinate with over the next couple of days and over the weekend. Thanks. Okay, keep going. So here is MAR, Marco Rubio, Mike Needham for state. So he's giving, okay, this is who you contact for me. Then JD Vance gives his person, Andy Baker for VP. And then Tulsi Gabbard on here as well. Remember, they're all in here and they're all culpable. Joe Kent for DNI. This is the Director of National Intelligence responding on this encrypted messaging app rather than in a skiff or something that is highly containable, like the Situation Room, where you can be open about it. Tulsi Gabbard, the Vice President of the United States. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. Here's Scott Bessent, who is he's not Commerce Secretary, but he's an economic advisor. Scott Bessent says Dan Katz for Treasury. He's a Treasury Secretary. Okay, and then Pete Hegseth go up. Dan Caldwell for the Department of Defense. And then Brian McCormick gets in. Brian McCormick for NSC. And then Mike Waltz. Team, you should have a statement of conclusions with taskings per the president's guidance this morning in your high side inboxes. State and DOD, we developed suggested notification lists for regional allies and partners. Joint staff is sending this AM a more specific sequence of events in the coming days, and we will work with DOD, the Department of Defense, to ensure COS, OVP, and POTUS are briefed. Amy Diaz, you're right. You cannot make this up. Jeffrey Goldberg thought he was being punked, that he was being tricked when he received these. Keep going. I just want to show you just how detailed these are. And then J.D. Vance, the vice president, according to the reporting, all of this is according to the reporting. Team, I am out for the day doing an economic event in Michigan, but I think we are making a mistake. Okay. 3% of U.S. trade runs through the Suez. This is only 3%. 40% of European trade does. There is a real risk that the public doesn't understand this or why it is necessary. The strongest reason to do this is, as POTUS said, to send a message. So Donald Trump is trying to send a message here because, again, as I've been telling you, he needs to change the narrative. He needs to do something. This is, have you guys seen the movie Wag the Dog? The economy is in trouble. They're firing people. The veterans are pissed off. There are protests all over the country for people who are saying, what about these funds that we need? What about these services that we need? Why are so many people getting fired? Why aren't we helping our neighbors and our allies? Why are we attacking Canada? Why are we putting these tariffs on it? Why is my 401k and my retirement, why is it tanking? The answer is right here. The strongest reason to do this, JD Vance just texted the quiet part out loud. The strongest reason to do this, as POTUS said, to send a message. Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. What time is it? Oh, it's still morning. Good morning. That is what they're doing. They struck Yemen. 3% of U.S. trade runs through the Suez. So is this about the United States, or is this about an ally, or something else? Is this about the Middle East? Is it about Israel? Is it about what? Is it about a message to the American people to change the narrative? Is it a distraction? Keep going, keep scrolling up. But I'm not sure that the president is aware of how inconsistent this is with his message on Europe right now. There's a further risk that we see a moderate to severe spike in oil prices. So your gas, what it costs to heat your home and cool your home, it is going to go up, according to JD Vance, the vice president. Possibly go up, but it probably will go up. I am willing to support the consensus of the team and keep these concerns to myself, but there is a strong argument for delaying this a month, doing the messaging work on why this matters, seeing where the economy is, etc. What did I just tell you? The economy is terrible. Wow, exposed. People's lives are a message. WTF. So JD Vance just told you what this is about. They're wagging the dog here, and they're trying to get you to what? Get your mind off of what is happening here and distract you to some shit that's going on, that we are big and strong and we are bombing and doing all of this stuff. Joe Kent, there's nothing time sensitive driving the timeline. We'll have the exact same options in a month. The Israelis, what did I just say? The Israelis will likely take strikes and therefore ask us for more support to replenish whatever they use against the Houthis. But that's a minor factor. I will send you the unclassified documents that we pulled on BAM shipping. And then John Ratcliffe, who you just heard from, right? The National Security Advisor. The CIA perspective. We're mobilizing assets to support now, but a delay would not negatively impact us. And additional time would be used to identify better starting points for coverage on Houthi leadership. Vice President Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth to the, I guess he's quoting the VP or asking. To the VP. I understand your concerns and fully support you raising with POTUS important considerations, most of which are tough to know how they play out. Economy, Ukraine peace, Gaza, etc. I think messaging is going to be tough no matter what. Nobody knows who the Houthis are, which is why we would need to stay focused on 1, Biden failed, 2, Iran funded. These are the talking points. Blame the prior and previous administration. Waiting a few weeks or a month does not fundamentally change the calculus. 2 immediate risks on waiting. 1, this leaks and we look indecisive. We look weak. We don't want to look weak, right? 2, Israel. What did I tell you guys? Takes action first. Or Gaza, ceasefire falls apart. And we don't get to start this on our own terms. We can manage both. We are protected. We are prepared to execute. And if I had final go or no-go vote, I believe we should. This is not about the Houthis. It should be, this is not about the Houthis. I see it as 2 things. Restoring freedom of navigation, a core national interest, and reestablish deterrence with Biden, which Biden cratered. But we can easily pause. And if we do, I will do all we can to enforce 100% OPSEC. I welcome other thoughts. And then Mike Waltz weighs in, and then it goes on and on and on. So that is the last part, these text messages that I am showing you, really shows why they were doing it. Again, a wag the dog situation that they were involved in here, trying to, again, distract you from what is real. And that is their promise to make the economy better, to make your lives easier. And yet they're going overseas for something that's only 3% of US trade so that they can send a message. This information would never leave a skiff. Committed to the journey says. And you're right. Should have been done in the skiff, in the situation room, and over a secured, approved government transmission platform. That is how this should have happened. Guys, I'm telling you, military needs to stop taking orders from these goons, says May Money. May Money, you're right. So then now what happens now? So this is, again, this is a wag the dog, but the first part is what it is, the incriminating part. Those text messages. Look, Andy, go to those messages. Do we have any more of the text messages as they're saying, okay, guys, here we go. Like a video game. The bombs are about to start. We're about to do this. We're about to go forward. That is the shit that's going to get them in trouble. That is the shit that is going to be hard to explain to the American people, to lawmakers, to our allies, who are now going to be concerned about what? Sharing intelligence information with the United States. Look how long this goes on. And so I can understand why Jeffrey Goldberg was hesitant. Here we go, right here. Look at this. Why Jeffrey Goldberg was hesitant to release this information. People were saying, why did he release this information? And why did he exit the text chain? Because I certainly would back up. I want just the beginning. I just want to look here. And I know we've read them. But Pete Hegseth, who is all gung-ho right here. Hey, guys, look. Oh, my gosh, he couldn't wait. Hey, time now, 11:44 East. Weather is favorable. Just confirmed with CENTCOM. We are a go for mission launch. Now, why do they need to do this over a text chain? Launch 1, F-18s launch, first strike package. And then trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts, target terrorist and his known location. So should be on time. Also, strike drones launch, MQ-9s. Yeah, let's go. This is why this guy is not qualified. He's giving all of this over this app. F-18, more F-18s launch, second strike package, strike drones on target. This is when the first bombs will definitely drop pending earlier trigger-based targets. F-18, second strike starts. Also, first sea-based Tomahawks launch. More to follow per timeline. We are currently clean on OPSEC. Godspeed to our warriors. JD Vance jumps in. Keep going. I will say a prayer of victory. Mike Waltz, VP, building collapsed. Now, Mike Waltz is on this thing. Had multiple positive ID. Pete, Gorilla, the IC, amazing job. Keep going. They're on this like, oh my God, it's a video game. What? Typing too fast. The first target, their top missile guy. We had positive ID of him walking into his girlfriend's building and is now collapsed. What the fuck are they doing? And so they're going, excellent. JD Vance, excellent. Typing too fast. The first target, their top missile guy, going into the building with his girlfriend and it collapsed. Excellent, says JD Vance. Mike Waltz, look at this. So this is, you remember what Jared Moskowitz was doing yesterday in the hearing? This is why he's doing this. Fist. American flag, fire. Good job, Pete and team. And your team, that's Marco Rubio. Mike Waltz, the team in MAL did a great job as well. Stephen Miller, great work all. Powerful start. Pete Hegseth, CENTCOM is on point. Great job. Great job all. More strikes ongoing for hours tonight and we'll provide full initial report tomorrow, but on time, on target, and good readout so far. Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles is the chief of staff. Kudos to all, most particularly those in theater and sitcom. Really great. God bless over the killing of these people. God bless Steve Witkoff. 2 prayer emojis, strong muscles, 2 American flags. Great work effects. Tulsi Gabbard. They're all in on this. Houthi small PC small group. These are the members. JG, who is the reporter, Jeffrey Goldberg. Mike Waltz is the administrator, who started it. Scott Bessent, Walker Barrett, Brian, Pete Hegseth, Jacob, Dan Katz, Joe Kent, SM, who's Stephen Miller, I believe, MAR, Marco Rubio, Mike Needham, John Ratcliffe, Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles is on there twice. So is Marco Rubio. TG, Tulsi Gabbard, JD Vance, Steve Witkoff, Alex Wong. How are you feeling now about this? How are you guys feeling now about this? Hey, MAGA. Say MAGA. I hear you like I'm stupid.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.